Hello and welcome. Thanks for joining me. Today's mini project is a radio controlled tripod pan. This simple electronic project takes a standard tripod, a bit of ingenuity, a bit of Araldite and some small radio control parts. So let's have a look at them. I built the cold shoe for the tripod with a spare cold shoe plate, some Araldite and a suitable 1/4 UNC adapter for any camera, in this case my Sony Handycam video camera, but it could be for any DSLR or any camera that uses a 1/4 UNC mount. If your camera uses a different size thread, just substitute that adapter when you're building the cold shoe. The cold shoe is so that it doesn't spoil the tripod, it doesn't limit it to one task. All of my gear has multi-tasks, and this is no exception. The core of the project is a low speed, high torque servo. This servo, as you can see in the center of the mount, has a lead coming out of it. This lead attaches to a radio controlled receiver. Another part we'll use, but not utilized fully, is an electronic speed control, or ESC. Find a cheapish one. Go ahead, try the project. This isn't taking a lot of load or a lot of amps, so cheap is good in this instance. The servo connector fits into the receiver. The ESC fits into the receiver. There's usually multi-channels on the receiver. Just have a try. Keep away from the battery connection. That's just used for binding when you're setting up the transmitter with the receiver. It's easy enough to bind a transmitter to a receiver. I won't cover it in this video, there's lots of other videos out there. If you really need one, drop a comment in the comments below and I'll make a video on binding. Getting back to the project, so the ESC connected into channel 3 on my receiver, the servo connected into a spare channel, a stick of batteries powering the ESC, which also passes the power on to the servo. The stick of batteries in this case is a 7.2 volt. You could run it on smaller voltages. Now the two spare leads you see from the ESC would be to drive a DC motor. That's a brushed motor, but we're not using it in this instance. Don't worry about those leads. And let's see it in action. Once the transmitter and receiver have been through the bind procedure, remove the bind plug and then switch your transmitter back on. Move your stick on the transmitter and the servo will move. It's a limited amount of movement. It's certainly not 180 degrees or 360. For that, I suggest you look elsewhere in my channel for using motors to rotate turntables. In this instance, this camera will be just mounted in this way so I can get a wider aspect when filming at the lake or in a studio situation. Imagine a scenario, 1 or 2 guests plus myself, and you want to move the camera from one person to another. The range given with this setup would enable you to easily focus on one person, then move to another in the group. Hope you find it useful. All those interviewers and bloggers out there, you don't want to or you can't get a cameraman at your disposal and you want to control it remotely, have a go at my radio control camera pan mechanism. Thanks for watching this mini project. Join me again soon.